Hi, everyone. My name is Rowan Noor, and I'm from Bahrain. I'm also a final year law student at Northumbria University, an international student ambassador as well. I would also like to welcome you all to the International Students Welcome event. Wow, just exactly 2 years ago, I was in the same position as you guys are in now. I came to this city not knowing what to expect, what kind of future awaits me, and how am I going to cope being 4,000 miles away from home. It took me almost a week to realize that, oh, I'm actually doing this. I'm going through a new transition in life. I remember sitting in my accommodation room looking at family photos, thinking, what am I doing here? Don't get me wrong, I never actually regretted this for a single moment. It's just a moment of realization that we're actually growing up. And one way or another, we had to leave our comfort zones. I want you all to remember that these are going to be the most exciting and memorable years of your life. So imagine not experiencing this while you're refusing to leave your comfort zones. I would actually like to applaud you all for being here. This is a huge step in terms of leaving your homes and coming here, whether home to you guys is a total different country, continent, or even home is in the UK. So let me talk to you all about the Northumbria experience, as I would like to call it. Firstly, when I first moved to Newcastle, I was not alone. I came with two of my closest friends from back home, which made the transition a bit easier for me. For students who come from a country not in Europe, must have felt the same exact way I did during the car journey from the airport to the city. I was honestly shocked that at the first 20 minutes straight, all I saw was suburbs and not even the side of a city. Getting closer and closer to the city, I was so relieved. I loved what I saw. A city that is not too loud, and at the same time, a city that is not too quiet. It was what I was looking for as a student. Secondly, in terms of accommodation, I had already booked one prior to arriving, and I was surprised to see how welcoming the staff were. They welcomed my friends and I like we were family, like we've known each other for years. I believe that this was such an important moment because instantly students would feel more at home and would steadily accept it as their home. Thirdly, this is where we all have a common ground, the university. The campus is very convenient, as getting from one building to another takes a few minutes. It felt so good knowing that I was not the only new student. I was surrounded by students from every corner of the world. And we all had one mutual purpose, which is to get a degree and enjoy being at university at the same time. Northumbria holds a Freshers' Week every year in order to welcome new students on campus and organizes several fun activities with the aim of introducing everyone to each other. You never know. You might meet a lifetime friend during Freshers' Week. Another really interesting thing about the university is security. At times where I would be studying in the library for hours past midnight, I never actually felt unsafe or threatened, because security usually patrol around the university at all times of day, asking each student to provide their student ID, which is crucial to maintain a safe environment to study in. The university's facilities are absolutely amazing, one of them being the Sports Central. This is where you could practice any sport you would like with guaranteed excellence. The Sports Central in Northumbria University is ranked within the top 10 of all universities in the UK. For a person like me who enjoys doing sports, I joined the North women's football team in my second year. Some might ask if it would interfere with my studies, but the answer is no. As I mentioned before, this university makes sure to provide students with a good balance between having fun and studying. In terms of the distance between the main campus and the city center, it is really great, especially if you have an hour-plus gap between your classes. You would walk less than 10 minutes and find yourself surrounded by many shops and restaurants for a quick getaway with your friends. Fourthly, the great thing about the city is that it is very student-friendly in terms of costs. As being away from home for the very first time with a pocket full of cash, I did not know how to spend it. The first few months, I would run out of money before the end of the month. But once I finally knew how to manage my money wisely, I learned that it is much easier saving money in Newcastle than anywhere else in the UK. The city has many shops and restaurants that provide you with a student discount. Just ask for it. as well as the possibility of employing you as a part-time employee. The most thing I love about Newcastle as a city is that even when you are bored and have nothing to do, just going for a walk feels like you're doing something. My favorite place to be in is the quayside, where the Tyne River passes. It's the combination of the view and being with friends that gives you the best feeling out there, especially during Sundays, where the Sunday market is held every week. You should also go for a walk in Granger's Market, which is a local market and provides fresh foods that you cannot find anywhere else. Whether it is going for some food with your friends, or the cinema, or riding bikes down the quayside, or even just going for a cup of tea and games at Quillian Brothers Tea House, which is my favorite, by the way, there is never a dull moment at this city. The local people in Newcastle, or as we'd like to call them, Geordies, are generally friendly, and I have learned that they enjoy meeting new people, especially international students. It's a chance for them to learn about our cultures and our traditions. Fifthly, Newcastle is situated in the northeast of England. A lot of people would prefer living down south in areas such as London, Birmingham, or Reading. But if you look at the upside of it, we are situated closer to Glasgow, to Edinburgh, and the Northern Ireland. To be frank, as a person who enjoys nature and surroundings, I prefer being in the north of England where I could get a glimpse of nature rather than crowded cities. But nevertheless, getting from one place to another is just a train trip away, especially if you get a rail card that minimizes your expenses. This is a good idea for a student who is stressed out from all the university work. He or she could simply just get on a train and explore the UK. As for flights, the great thing about Newcastle is that it has an airport just 20 minutes away from the city. I personally took the chance and flew to Spain with some of my friends during the Easter break. That's just how easy the process is. A question on everyone's mind would be, how am I going to adjust to the weather conditions in this region? It might be a little tough, especially for students who are not used to a cold. The answer is just equip yourself with the warm clothing found in several shops around the city. You will soon realize that the cold comes with benefits, such as when it's snowing. The best days I've spent in Newcastle was during the snow period. Just incredible fun, playing with the snow and with friends, and having a warm cup of hot chocolate afterwards. It's simple moments like these that make your university experience great. Finally, my suggestion to all of you is to enjoy your university life. We are still young adults. We have a long way ahead of us. Take in every day bit by bit and try to make the most of it. Be on top of your studies, as that should be your main priority. But at the same time, live your best life. As an international student ambassador, it comes with a great honor being able to stand up here and speak to you guys about my Northumbria experience. As when I first enrolled, I wasn't given this sort of guidance. I am very happy that I was chosen for this role and making new students transition much easier. In conclusion, here's to the beginning of a wonderful journey through the forests of our youth. Thank you.